Cool. Yep, that'll work. All right. So the training that we're going to run today, guys, is called You Can Get With This or You Can Get With That. All right. The reason I chose to name it that is pretty simple. That's the first time that I ever remember hearing an alternative choice close or an alternative choice question. Okay. So what do I mean when I say alternative choice? It's pretty simple. One or the other. Do you want cameras or not? Do you like automation or none? All right. Learning this method, getting strong at selling this way is going to help you guys control the scenario. Okay. So that's why I chose to kind of pick this topic to train on for you guys today. Okay. What you're going to learn is that you can use an alternative choice, what I found, like 4 different times throughout this. Maybe you use it at each point, at each 4 checkpoints. Maybe you only use 1 or 2. But learning to use this at any part of this is going to make you stronger, okay? Because at any part that you choose to use this, what you're choosing to do is control the outcome. What you're choosing to do is control what gets said back to you, okay? If any of you guys ever had aspirations of being rich, then you probably thought about being a lawyer at one point, okay? That's just facts. Or your parents tried to steer you to be a lawyer because they wanted you to be rich. Okay? And one of the things you're going to learn, whether you go to law school or not, is a good lawyer never asks a question that what? They don't know the answer to. Okay? So this is about steering, this is about controlling, and this is about exposing objections quickly. Alright? I know you guys are looking a little bit puzzled here, but we're going to go deeper. It took me 12 years to really learn the power of this thing and how to use it more than in just one way. Because what I was teaching when I was younger was just how to use it one way, and that was to get a next day install. But as I uncovered it, as I started growing, as we started getting a little bit better, I noticed that that's the only way I would ask a customer a question, is I would give you 2 options. I would not ask open-ended questions. I would ask alternative choice questions. Okay? And so I'm going to expose kind of what I'm doing with this, and I'm going to give you guys 4 checkpoints. So for you note takers, and for people at home, there's really 4 times that I think that we use this, okay, in this process. Number 1 is to qualify, okay? Now in our qualify question, we ask if you folks ever thought about monitoring automation, right? That's an alternative choice. What you're trying to expose right there is, do they value security, and it's going to be more emotional based as a presentation, or they like the gadgets, they like the cool stuff, they want visions of smart home and hooking up their new spot, right? They want the sizzle. They want the fun. It's not going to be a real emotional based sale. It's going to be more cool, more techy, more, and then you could tie in the Bluetooth and you can create sounds, right? So when you ask it that way, what you're doing is saying, tell me which one's more important to you. You're not saying, are you doing security or not? Have you thought about ADT or not? You're controlling automation or security, right? And if they haven't, when you ask it that way, what does it do? It exposes a no. Because if you say, hey, security or automation, and they go, nah, neither, bro. Do you think they mean it? Of course they do. Of course they do. It wasn't an option, but it's their option. And you've just exposed that, what, in 4 seconds by asking it a different way. However, what you did not do is say, do you plan on doing this or not? Because that puts no into the equation. Mm-hmm. If you're the asker of the alternative choice, then you have control of what the choices are when they take the test. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that part? Yeah. So when we ask security or automation, what I ask, because to be honest, man, I still believe ADT is home security and it's about safety of the family and all that stuff. We'll get to the other stuff later as a benefit to sell, but I need to know your thoughts on security and on my brand, okay? And if I keep that security focused, we're the best at that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So, hey, I'm sure you guys have thought about doing security. Did you guys plan on setting it up kind of like right away or after everything calms down? Not do you plan on doing it or not? When do you plan on doing this? Is it more of a right away priority, or is it something you're going to do after you guys settle in and everything gets back to normal? That is an alternative choice question. There's a couple ways they answer this. Oh no, it's definitely getting done this week. That is a laydown. I think. I'm pretty sure. I hope it's a laydown. Number 2, what is it? What's the other answer?
When things settle down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Great. So like kind of I get that, right? You guys are just, that forces you down your empathy about how crazy the move's been. That literally moves you to the next part of our system perfectly. Do you see how that segues?
Yeah.
But they've also just given you a soft commitment to eventually it's definitely happening. That was fun of them. That was nice of them to do, right? There is a third option. We only gave them 2, but the third option is to abstain for the 2 I gave you and then give me your answer that you want to put in there, right? Which is what? No, I'm not doing that at all. Well, isn't that a valuable skill to identify a belief system no in the first 15 seconds? Of course it is, right? Because that takes your time and makes you use it more efficiently. However, if they answer your question, you're moving to the second checkpoint. Okay? And you're moving there with somebody that's already given a soft commitment to buy. Do you understand that part? Okay, so you've controlled them once already. Give me one of these 2 answers, guy. Here's the answer I choose. You're in control at this point. So if you continue to move through the sale with this style, you will not relinquish it, okay? We've got a qualifier. We're building a little empathy rapport, talking about how crazy the move is, right? Oh, really? I went to college there too. Oh yeah, you might know my sister. Crazy, crazy, crazy. First time owning? High five. We all familiar with that?
Yep.
All right, what's the next thing we're figuring out awkwardly in our brain, right? How do I get in there? How do I get in there? I have an idea. Hey, so look, man, my job is just to explain this program to you, right? See if you guys want to use it to lower the risk on the home. As first-time homeowners, I'm sure you do have questions, whether you want to do it or not. Shoes on or shoes off? What does that signal to you?
Coming inside.
You can get with this, or I'll show you my socks and you can get with that. Now, what's the third option, right? There is a third option, even if I only give you 2. What's the third one?
Hell no.
What does that tell you?
They're not a customer.
No. That's what it tells you in the first year or 2. After 10 years, you know what it tells me when they say, no, you're not coming in because I just met you 4 minutes ago?
They don't trust you.
It tells me they value security and safety.
Oh.
I just saw 3 light bulbs go on, and I know the camera picked that up. And now you're going to see it too. So your response is disarm hands, not a threat, back up so they can have more personal space and go, I apologize, guys. My job's not to make you feel unsafe, quite the opposite, but I get it. It's clear that you value safety and security. Is there a better time? Or like you can do that if you want, if it was super awkward. Now, if it's not super awkward, you back up, but you press on. Okay, so you leave the personal space, but then you increase the heat on. Well, this is getting done regardless. So you give another alternative choice. Well, I can definitely answer your questions accurately if we do a walkthrough together on the outside and the perimeter, as long as you can answer the questions on the layout. But if anything gets missed, my technician can certainly add it later. You're leading them to thinking about the technician when he comes, right? Okay, so I can, if that gets weird, you pivot to I can do outside or inside. COVID got me really good at exterior walkthroughs. Okay, just something where you don't have to challenge them. But you need to address the fact that obviously security is important to you. Touch on that. They just gave you a gift. They didn't give you a no, they gave you a gift. You probably see an awkward no in the beginning, but that was a gift. Okay, so understand that. When you knock on the door, somebody comes to the window, it's because they're scared. That's your freaking buyer. All right, put on some weird lights, look cool, engaging, have fun. Hey, wave like a weirdo, and get them outside. Right? And if they won't come, then go knock on the window. And when they ask, what the hell are you doing knocking on my window? Be like, well, I knocked on the door and you opened the window. So I figure if I knocked on the window, you'd open the door. That will break your tension, I promise. Okay? The only way to get a scared one out is laughter and non-threatening. I promise. I've done it for a long, long time, right? But those are your buyers. Get them out. Don't just accept the Okay? So anyways, back on track here. One way of entry is that to explain, state your business, you're comfortable enough with them, just simply asking, shoes on or shoes off. That's one way of alternative choice to enter the home. Second way I like is, do you guys want to start in the basement or would you like to start in the back door? And you point over them, over their shoulder. All right? What's your biggest overall concern for the house? Is it more like the glass sliding doors or just overall safety? When they start to answer, be like, let's just take a look. Cut them off there, okay? That's another training we'll do later, but, so you can use the basement or back door as an alternative. If there is no basement, then you just simply use the back door and you ask them what kind it is. Right? Hey guys, is it like a Venetian sliding, or is it like one of those sliding glass doors? Is it double doors? And when they go to answer, you cut them off. Actually, let's just take a look. Okay? There is no on that one. You're just simply asking what kind of door it is, right? Be assumptive, make your move at this point, okay? These are ways to get in the home. Shoes on or shoes off. Simple as heck, right? But it's not, hey, can I come in or not? Remember, an alternative choice, you control the answers. And if you say, can I come in or not, you just introduce no into the equation. Do not do that. Don't do it at the close. Hey, are you interested? Yes or no? Don't do that. Right? This is a skill, and you're going to learn it. Whether it's 1 point, 2 points, 3 or 4, that's up to you. But I would try to use all 4. So now you're in the home. All right. You're going to give a little bit of the 5-minute, right? So you can justify. You're naturally going to build more rapport because, hey, we just let a stranger in our home. We need to build a little more comfort, right? Because we're getting ready to ask for some pertinent information.
Yeah.
So rapport goes up. So do the compliments. I don't care if it's the biggest cockroaches you ever seen. These floors are fantastic. Okay? I don't care if you almost got shot by the local crack dealer on your way up to their porch. You tell them how lovely the neighborhood is getting and how it's on the up and coming. Do you understand me? You always ask if they're a first-time homeowner. Why? Because it's a big freaking deal. And those are questions you can ask where you can genuinely show like encouragement for somebody. You can genuinely be happy for somebody, and there's nothing worse than fake rapport. So ask questions where you can feel good when they say yeah and be like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Anything that can be genuine is going to boost this thing very quickly. It's going to speed you along quickly, okay? Now, your third checkpoint for your alternative choice questions here, okay? You're going to isolate hot buttons. You're going to isolate hot buttons, right? When you ask these people when you're in the home, they're like, well, you guys have heard of ADT before, right? So you definitely know that we do security. We do automation. We do medical response like Life Alert, right? Help, I fall and I can't get up. I always make that joke, right? Always make that joke, okay? They will love it. You can steal it, it's cool. I stole it, that's what we all do here. And then fire. Guys, you're missing the boat if you don't mention medical and fire, because those apply in every neighborhood to every family. All right, some people don't feel like the security does apply because it's a nice neighborhood. They'll remove themselves from that part of your customer pool, but you will pull them back in with A, they probably like automation, B, they definitely probably have some family medical histories or some concerns or things because you don't really know what people deal with, and at the very least, they're required to have smoke detectors for a reason, right? Because fire doesn't care what income tax bracket you file in. That's a line I haven't used in like 3 years. Whew, it's coming out of me now. Let's drink some coffee. Where is the coffee? All right, so what do I mean by to isolate hot buttons? It's the way you ask it. It's the way you ask it, all right? Now remember, before, at the door, they kind of told you what they were thinking, whether it was security or automation if you ask it that way. So you already kind of have some intel, right? Let's say they said automation at your first qualifier, and then your shoes on, shoes off, you're in the house. This house is lovely. Oh my God, these are the biggest cockroaches I've ever seen. This is fantastic. Hey, before you guys said that automation was kind of more what was driving you, like the cameras and stuff like that, what else? Was it thermostat? Was it lighting control? Alternative choice. They're gonna bite on what they like. Now, we just really wanted the doorbell cameras and the lock. Your job's done, isn't it? No, it's not. You find out why they answered it that way, and then you close with it, all right? But you're getting them to tell you which lane to be in. What you don't want to do is have somebody that only wants automation and you're in there talking about medical safety and fire safety, because it will tune them out, they will get bored, they will not listen to you, and all they're thinking about is how to get you out. So we ask these questions to figure out what's important to them. Not for us, we'll talk about whatever they want. Lighting control, fire protection, insurance discounts, but what you got to get great at is only talking to them about what they want. And checkpoint 3 is that. Hey guys, was it more like the safety that drew you guys to put an ADT on the to-do list? Or was it like the fire protection, the automation? You can give more than 2 choices, by the way. They'll stop you when you hit the right button. Oh, no, the doorbell camera. It's always the freaking doorbell camera, isn't it? Okay, so you guys definitely just want to watch the crime or let them finish that. All right? Because you need to weaken the surveillance to heighten the security need. Otherwise, they can just buy a camera. So when they say cameras, make sure you say something along the lines of, yep, it's definitely important to have evidence in case there's an event. That's a simple line, right? It's not gonna piss anybody off. I just made it up, let's use that. I'm glad I recorded it. What did I say?
It's evidence in case there's a...
It's definitely a good idea to have evidence in case of an event, whether it's for insurance or for the police. Let's throw that extra spice on. Whether it's a fire or a stabbing. Hey! Be like, maybe soften that blow by coming back and saying something along the lines of, however, guys, my favorite part of my job is to not prevent the crime, but to get them to pick a different family, right? Or get them to pick a different house. Unfortunately, guys, if we get the cops here, something's already happened. My job's to try to get them to stop from doing things, right? My job's to stop bad things from happening to good people. That's a strong line if you want to use that, all right? We try to be proactive. Worst time to get security is after something happens. Lines like these need to get woven into everybody's spiel because it's 2 seconds and it hits like a hammer. But if you've never heard it, you don't know it. Cool? So, that third alternative choice is just simply, what had you guys already thinking about doing this? Or what already had this on your to-do list at some point? And ask it that way, right? So it's just, so they know it's still just a to-do list thing and it's not like a hard commitment you're getting. Because you want the real answer, so you gotta be non-threatening. You gotta be, right? You're just consultative. You're just a consultative guy, all right? Pretty simple. So they tell you something along the lines of, they'll get specific. And that's what you need to carry it all the way home. Because we have young children and one of them's epileptic. Bang! Right? Oh, because I see everybody else in the neighborhood has it. Bang! Whatever answer they give you to this. Oh, because we want to really lock in our bills, so energy management's important. Hello, solar. You better hear that. You better get good at hello. All right. It's about asking the right questions so you're presented the right opportunities. And if you keep it on this mainframe, you control how this goes. All right. It's a good way to close by not giving them a chance to say no. It's the best way I found. Okay. Guys, we always do priority next day installation because of the need for the new homeowner program, right? Like I told you guys, people are using the internet to kind of target new homeowners these days, and it's easy to tell if you guys have met with somebody like me or not already. All right, so that's why we offer priority next day install. What time works best with your schedule tomorrow? 12 to 2 or 4 to 6? I prefer 8 to 10 and 12 to 2. Because they always want 4 to 6, so let's try to use the other 2 first, please. Truthfully. But if 8 to 10 and 12 to 2 doesn't work, what's the third choice they give you there, guys? There's a couple different ones, right? What's the one that they could throw in?
But if you said 8 to 10.
Mm-hmm. We always do priority next day install for the new homeowners program, right? Because we know how important it is to get them in as soon as possible. What works best tomorrow, 8 to 10 or 12 to 2?
I work till 4.
Got him! One answer they can give you is neither of those 2 times work, but this time does. They have just closed themselves, yes? Now, there's also this, and this could be where your sale really starts, but you've been in there about 20 minutes. We need to spend our time good, so if I'm about to lose this deal, I gotta press it right now. 8 to 10 or 12 to 2, which works best? Well, now hold on. You have more work to do, don't you? And they just told you that really quickly, didn't they? Okay. But you just got the sale within the next 10 minutes. You just stepped into the ring with them. We're not going to spend the next 45 trying to twist their arm, are we? Because we already know they plan on doing it at some point. We already know they have a basement. We already know that the reason it had crossed their mind before we got there is their children. So when I say, what time are we getting it installed tomorrow? And you say, now hold on. Your only choice at that point is to tell me the truth and give me your real objection. And you guys are pros, so you know it's either timing or money, right? Okay. If you did a good job at tying them down, if you did a good job with the empathy, the rapport, the empathy's there to weaken that timing objection. Okay, you build some rapport, but then you give a 5-minute because you justify the timing. You justify why now. If you've done all that properly, guys, the timing's got to go away. Because that's the whole reason for the program, which only leaves what?
Money.
Money. All right, I believe in each of you guys. If somebody tells me, I'm going to do this at some point to protect my children, your job is pretty simple. It's to convince them that $1.50-ish a day is worth that. Because you're going to be bold enough to use that reason that they gave you. That's why we ask it them. They gave it to you. You're not this person that's like, well, don't you want to protect your kids? Maybe they didn't. But if they tell you that they did, what would a good lawyer do with that? Everything you say to me from the second I knock on your door can and will be used against you in a court of getting your ass closed by the best. Guys, that's why we preach system here, okay? Because we can't tell you the type of person you're gonna run into today, their financial situation, are they a first, second, third time home buyer, have they been broken into before or not, do they have children or not, do they even care about their spouse or that little yappy dog that came with her? No, they don't care about the dog, so don't talk to them about pet safety. Ask them what their motivation was. Did you want to get ADT because of this or because of that? Control it. All right? It's pretty simple because we're going to just recap it here. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. The purpose for asking anything with an alternative choice is number one, to steer the conversation. Don't ever ask a question you don't know the answer to. It can get you hemmed up here, okay? That's powerful, all right? Fellas, never mind, I'll get to that in a second. Uncover the truth. I was asked to cover this part. That was that second bullet point, okay? When we talk about qualifying, I want to know if you've truly thought about doing this before I got here, before I tried to influence you, right? Guys, that's the purpose of the qualifier, is not to say, hey, do you want to be a buyer or not? It's to figure out their thoughts and beliefs on ADT before you got there, okay? I want to write like a little bubble out here that says, ask them if they believe in what we do, because that's really what you're doing. And that's why I need you guys to get used to asking it that way. Did you guys plan on doing this kind of like one of your first top priorities here, like in the first week, or kind of later on down the road when things calm down? Oh no, we're not doing it at all. Why? Because it's stupid. God bless you. Have a good day. You got that out quick. We're not here for belief system no's. And because you asked it the right way, they inserted the true answer because it wasn't part of the alternative choice, and you just got an honest no from somebody quickly so that you can use your time more efficiently for your maybes and your yeses. And you're gonna get no's. It's what you do with them and how quickly you do it with them that dictates how much you get paid, right? It's important what you do with your no's too. When you uncover the truth, when you ask it that way, guys, it is only about giving this to people that they want. The job will be less frustrating, the cancels will go down, and you will enjoy this more because it will be more predictable, okay? To develop good closing and install techniques, right? 8 to 10, 12 to 2, or 4 to 6. You get in a habit of asking that, you get in a habit of next day install or bust. Next day install or bust, right? Now, the fight is going to be, oh, that doesn't work, Saturday. All right, you guys fill in the blanks there because you've all heard it before, okay? The only skill you need at that point is to push back and say, unfortunately. Unfortunately, guys, because of the way this program is set up and because of the issues that we've had with people targeting new move-ins, we're limited to a 48-hour window on this. That kind of lets them know it's serious and you need to get this in sooner rather than later. Now, what if they buck on it? Back off, do it on Saturday, okay? But there ain't nothing wrong with one push saying, it's my money and I need it now, right? I'm JG Wentworth out there. I don't know who you are. When you put on your closer shirt, I am JG Wentworth. And it's my money and I need it now. And I'll sing it to your face like I'm closing today, all right? Get used to that and it'll work for you. Alternative choice close to expose the decision maker. Say, well, quoi? That's what in French, right? For those that didn't know, we're educated. It's pretty simple. And you can ask this one at the door, which I don't, because to me that's rude. I ask it within the first 3 minutes when I'm inside though, because I want to make sure that I'm talking to the right person if there's only one of them, or who I need to be focus driven on. Even though I'll engage them both, I need to know which one I'm going to placate to, which one I'm performing for, which one whose buying decisions I need to isolate, whose hot buttons are the most important, is what I'm really saying there, right? Who typically handles the safety and security of the family? Is that more you, ma'am, or is that more you, sir? That's a question a security expert would ask, right? Who's typically running the show? What I hope I hear is what? Oh no, we do it together. That's what I hope I hear. Because then I only got to win 1 out of 2. If there's a decision maker, I have to win the 1. So what I hope is they weaken each other by saying, oh no, we do everything together. Got him. Right? But what you'll typically get is somebody that steps up and goes, that's me. And then she goes, sit your ass down. I handle every bill that goes out of this house. And you get the real answer, right? Which also means she likes you if she's joking. Okay? If you get any kind of laughter after that, you're already in. Don't mess this up, okay? But it will expose your decision maker when you simply ask that alternative choice. Who typically handles the safety and security of the family? You can ask, hey, who runs the budget in this bad boy? Right? Who makes the bill decisions here?
Where's the family?
I earn it, she spends it. I make all the money and he just goes around, doesn't even work. What? I don't care which version you get, you might run into that too. Use that for humor and then move on, don't make it weird. But as you can see, these are good habits. We're getting next day installs. We're performing for the right decision maker because we have their emotional reason at the forefront. We already kind of know what it is. All right, so it becomes very powerful. Remove a no or force it. If you watch the earlier training, if you're going to get your no, you get it today. If you're going to get your no, get it now. If you came here thinking that you'd only hear yes and not hear no, surprise, mother F. There's a no. There's a hell no. There's a I'm not coming to the door, so you assume it's a no. There's a lot of different no's. You're going to get them today. You're going to get them today. You're definitely going to get them today. I'm going to get them. I probably won't get them today. Let's be, no, I'm kidding. I am kidding. Guys, the best power you can develop here is getting numb to a no. All right? That no was not for you. That no was for I don't believe in security. It was not for Lucas or for Barrett or Barrett, I don't like the way you look. No. That's how we take it at first because we're like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why? Because we think ADT is a fantastic brand and you would be foolish not to get it. That's how we feel. That's why we do what we do. That's why we talk about it passionately, right? So it must be us, but it's not. And that's why I want you guys selling this way where it's like, before I got here, what were your thoughts on this? You plan on setting it up now or in like a couple weeks when everything calms down? When you ask it that way, you assume they're getting it done. Because who doesn't? You just bought a new house, you got a family. So you're doing it like tomorrow or like Saturday? Like, that's the vibe you honestly probably should portray. And then when they say, oh no, we're not doing that. Have a little what? C'est quoi? One of my favorite deals I ever close all the time. I was like in the Matrix that week. So everything I was trying, unfortunately, was working, right? It probably was just because I had a decent haircut and I was in a rough area. But in my mind, it was because, you know, I was trying alternative choice closes. I was saying, hey, go get your credit card. Like I was doing things I'd never done before. Do you need the full social? Absolutely. I was like saying it with my chest. We were in the Matrix because everyone was getting closed. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something. When you ask alternative choice closes, that's how this happens. That's how this happens, right? I was either forcing no's or removing them. So when I asked 8 to 10 or 12 to 2, I was getting a time. Or I was getting told that doesn't work, he doesn't get home, like the wife would narc on the husband, he doesn't get home till 4:30. Still got you, right? Still got you. Fact finding throughout it, right? Who typically gets home first? What door do you guys come through? These are things that you're gonna wanna ask so that you're building pictures, all right? Which one of you guys wants the doorbell camera? You or her? That's an alternative choice, guys. Do you want fries with that? That's alternative choice. McDonald's is just stupid and they put a no in there. And they remove some of their profit because somebody's going, you know what, I don't want fries. But somewhere along the way, they got smart. And instead of saying, do you want fries with that? They asked it their way. Do you want to supersize it? You're getting the fries, mother licker. You want the big one or the really big one? Right? Isn't that wild? But you remember how we used to joke like, do you want fries with that? Somewhere along the line that went away, didn't it? Because you can remove a no if you choose to. Now if it's still a no, what would I say through that speaker? No, I don't want no fries. But how many more people just shrug and go, 12 to 2. Let's just get this. Well, we were going to do it anyways. Usually that's how they fold. When you give them a time, what do you think? Well, we were going to do it anyway. Let's do noon. I don't want to wake up early. Well, when you ask it that way, surprise, surprise, they will choose it. People that say, when do you want to get this installed, that ask open-ended questions, you have no idea what's getting returned to you. You don't know the answer, and you don't know the tone. Because you have chosen to give away control when you ask an open-ended question. When you ask with alternative choice questions, you still maintain control. Give me your answer, this one or this one. And good sales pros can keep control the entire time, even when other people feel like they have it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when I want you guys to feel consultative, I'm still going to teach you how to steer everything that goes on inside that house. But you're just going to be the nice little ADT person that's just there to answer all your questions, just to see if you want to use it or not. Now, which one of you guys typically handles the safety and security? Seriously, guys, if you can get better at asking it that way, if nothing else, if you don't use any of these checkpoints, use number 4. Use it for the install, okay? And I'll slide it back over here. Use it for the install habits, okay, for next day installs, because that's the easiest one to learn and to put into action right away. Is, hey guys, what time works best tomorrow, 8 to 10 or 12 to 2? Right, so if nothing else, you master that one. Like from now on, maybe that's how you close. That is literally how I close. I tell them they must be the owner, they must have certain credit, and if they're not, they don't get the program. Then they say, oh no, I own it. And then I say, what time works best tomorrow? And they pick one. Or they say, well, I'm not sure we want blah, blah, blah. And then I really go to work. Because I've isolated them to a point of today. And it's either a yes or no. There's no appointment or anything if you do it that way. If you uncover a no from a bunch of smoke screens and you finally get them, you have pinned them into telling you that they plan on doing it at some point, and they've told you why. So then if they tell you no, it's just a battle of wills, guys, and that's not why it's called order taking. That's why it's called closing. All right, either they're going to win or you. But if somebody told me that they want to protect their kids at some point, and I'm like, all right, let's do it today. I don't need to stroke a check. And they're like, no. Later. I'm winning that. You hear me? I'm winning that. There's lines I'll teach you guys on the next training, but you know, we're not going to go too intense right now because I don't want to scare anybody. But things like along the lines of, look, with all due respect, man, you're gonna have to earn the right to say things like this with your report and stuff. But with all due respect, sir, I get the moving is chaos. I see the boxes, right? I can see the frazzled look, like you're beyond tired, like you're setting up Christmas presents all night, right? Like I see it, and that's kind of why we do it this way. Because when you tell me that you plan on securing this beautiful home, but more importantly, you tell me that you plan on protecting your family at some point, and I'm over here telling you I don't need you to stroke a check, you're giving me every reason in the world why $1.14 or whatever the math is right now is going to stop you from moving forward. The monthly doesn't change, and you got to lean a little bit. This is a reward for being proactive, and I think we can both agree it does not make sense to wait. What's the worst? They say no again? Mm-hmm. What's the best case?
Yeah,
you learn how to sell emotionally and you start closing instead of just selling? Yeah, that's exactly right. You go from 3 a week to 7 a week? Yes, that's exactly right. People do like to be told what to do, but they got to feel like they're doing it on their own terms. And that's the skill set that comes in here. So if you can control the questions that you want answers to, and you frame this the right way, the only thing that they can do to get out of it is to convince you that it's not worth it to protect their family right now, or that it's not worth it to protect my little puppy right now. Whatever their emotional reason is, it can and will be used against them in a court of closing deals. You got to get down with that. Don't accept it. Don't accept a no from a maybe. Accept a no from a no. Do not accept a no from a maybe, and you'll take off quickly. I'm glad we recorded that. That's going on a t-shirt. That's going on a t-shirt. That one hit different. Other than that, does anybody have any questions? Yeah, man.
I'm not making a decision today for you, like, once you get into the home.
You already did. You just made a decision. They just did. That's weird. You just did. I use humor. I use humor. That's weird. You just did. You can do that. It's gonna get a little combative. And at that point, when they're telling me I'm not making a decision today, they chose to go that route. So I have to get in that mode with them. They don't realize this, they just emboldened me. You understand that? Because I don't go back. That's what I'm trying to preach to you guys. There comes a point where you gotta burn the boat. All right? I'm not gonna let you tell me no 2 different ways, 2 different days. You're the best salesperson we never bought anything from. I'm definitely not driving back to get insulted. You're laughing because you've done it because it's true, right? Not because I'm funny. I get it. Think about that though. And then understand that this is a trade school just like any other job you go to where you get better, right? And I'm telling you to go get told no 3 different times. If you watch that video, right? I want no. I want you to understand it, be able to break it down, understand why they're answering it that way. Then I want you to get powerful enough to understand how to remove a no completely from the equation, or to expose it quickly so you can handle it and move on more properly with your time in front of the right people. Right? There's nothing wrong with a no. If it takes you an hour and 30 minutes to get a no, there's something wrong with you. You just worked an hour and a half for no money, negative mind equity. Like what? Get your no quickly. Do it properly with the system. It doesn't fail, right? Anybody have any other questions?
Somebody else just came by and they left me some information. Do you have some information you can leave me?
Somebody else came by? From?
Somebody else, another company.
Was it ADT or?
No.
Right. Well, just out of curiosity, were they as cute as us or?
Yeah.
I say us because I'm always on the
Right.
Okay. Seriously, so I'm going to go humor, and then I'm going to back up and say, listen. Now, this isn't part of this training, but I will answer that question. So if I'm the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, whatever, number 1, apologize, because they're annoyed, right?
Yeah.
This is the same as like somebody gets aggro at the door. Disarm hands for me and walk backwards, okay? Disarm hands and walk backwards. Look, I'm sorry, guys. I know that the sales departments from every company within an hour radius try to get out here and bombard you guys and get you to sign up before I come to explain the new homeowners program. I apologize. That's all you can do, guys. All right, is say, you obviously want to create difference, but it's the way that you say it that needs to be important, okay? And it's, A, you apologize, B, you're fully aware that they've been getting bugged. Why? Because you do this all the time. Hey guys, look, I apologize. I know that every company sends their sales savages out here to try to bombard you guys while you're unpacking, and they try to get you guys signed up and installed before I come to explain the new homeowners program. I apologize. Were you made aware of it? Have you heard about it? Did you know what I mean? Because here's the deal. That also empowers you. If they've told them no 3 times, what makes you any different? It's either that line and you carry forward, or you're going to get your no quickly, aren't you? Use those ones to get stronger. Those are the ones you get stronger on. Maybe you don't take it personal because, shit, they already told everybody else no too. They're just not doing it, right? If I'm the only one you tell no, I can take that personal. So use those to get better, to get stronger. Or use them to thug out. Make sure they understand you're different. Play the role of relocation manager, and don't give a damn that anybody else can. But yeah, I know they try to bombard you guys before I come to explain the program and answer your questions. I'm here to answer your questions. It's funny. It's like I do the same thing no matter what. It's just the delivery, right? I don't care if I'm here to answer your questions and explain this to you, right? Get back control. That right there will steer somebody's control. They're trying to tell you about their day before you guys ever met. Like, I don't care. Give me my control back. I'm working, not you. And then take it back. Explain the scenario. Let them know that yes, they try to bombard you to sign you up because we don't charge you, so I get it. They try to get you before we get here. Make it a funny little thing, like, but you gotta not care. Okay? You gotta not care. Apologize and be the nice one. That's what sets the table for it. So the apology, it's hard to be rude to somebody that over apologizes. Right? If you ever watch, I don't even know if I ever put that video out, but the me so stupid, me so sorry, me so stupid, me so sorry. That's the vibe I want there if they come out aggro. All right? If they come out mad, understand they're not mad at you. They're mad at the last one. So you got to diffuse it. Me so stupid, me so sorry. That's not what you say. That's how you need to vibe it. Like, guys, look, I am so sorry. Like, I want T-Rex hands. I want baby arm. I want you to be as small, because y'all work out in this all. I want y'all down here like tender and meek. Okay? And then you can slowly unbloom again and be like, but I am your relocation manager. All right, but you got to cool them off first and make them understand that wasn't me, Jack. I'm supposed to be here. But it's got to be believable. So it's, yeah, I know they try to bombard you guys. That's where empathy goes. Let them know that, yeah, it was a fucking hassle. I cursed on camera. I was doing so good. We'll bleep. I'll learn how to do bleeps. It's fine, right? It's better for the outtakes. So honestly, that's really it. That's all I have for you guys on that. It is more than just asking about an install though, right? If you can learn alternative choice, it's a skill. It's about controlling what the outcome is going to be. It's about limiting and then exposing real answers if it's not part of yours. But it takes you away from a bad habit of asking a bunch of open-ended questions and then not being in control of anything. And a good salesperson is going to control their income because they control answers to their own questions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. Any other questions? No?
Trying to think of a question right now.
No! We can do that? Okay. All right, cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This one probably wasn't, or was it?
I think it was when you started it.
No, it's okay if it didn't. Right? That's why we do too. Dang on, this is tough. Why don't I?
Looking at your face. Right in front of it.
Probably. It's just so much easier to upload on the phone. Nope, 11 seconds. Cool.
Well, take two.
Thank God for this guy, right? Now I'll flip this around and it'll say memory card full. What do you think? Nah, we're good. And stop.